Hi everyone, thanks for watching our final presentation on improving Dempsey Park. My name is Christian, and together with my partner Swapna, we'd like to share with you the highlights of our project in Price Hill. To recap previous work, we began by analyzing existing conditions and brainstorming potential improvements for our study site, Dempsey Park. We found that while the area contains several valued assets like the rec center, newly expanding library, and swimming pool, they are unfortunately disconnected from each other, and some sections of the park are underutilized. In response to these challenges, we now present how East Price Hill can activate this valuable community space through a series of design and programming proposals. It's important to note that all of our research and designs will be further explained in detail in our PDF report. The report is designed to act as a practical how-to guide for the East Price Hill community, as it offers advice on how these ideas can be turned into action. So definitely check out the report after this. Here's an aerial view of our site to orient everyone, facing southeast back towards downtown. Dempsey Park is located along Warsaw Avenue in the heart of East Price Hill, and we envision this block becoming an even stronger central gathering hub for the community. We've identified several assets both on-site and surrounding. When considering context, we hope that the park and local businesses on site can draw from and connect to the energy of developments nearby, such as the Incline District, the budding Warsaw Avenue Creative Campus, as well as the Masonic Lodge Rehab Project. What's missing is active and well-used community space, which has the opportunity to bring it all together. We envision Dempsey Park serving that purpose. So what are some of the challenges we face when crafting our proposals? Obviously, hilly topography was a problem. It makes pathways, connections very difficult. Also, valleys can be perceived as unsafe if not visible or properly lit. Also, due to the hills and fences along the edges, there's actually very few quality access points. This can discourage people, especially pedestrians, from entering and using the space. So here are some of our proposed improvements. First, thanks to everyone who offered feedback through our web survey. Responses from the community members truly helped to inform our decisions. So people really seem to like the idea of a farmer's market. Pop-up markets are a great option because they can be quickly set up and torn down in a variety of places. We chose this highly visible spot in front of the library along Warsaw Avenue as our location, in hopes that the market would benefit the businesses along the corridor. Also, placing vendors along the perimeter of the path, as you see here, allows for good pedestrian flow, and then the center lawn offers an insulated space for play and picnicking for families with kids. In addition to farmers, vendors could also include local artisans, artists, and food trucks, really allowing the cultural life of Price Hill to be showcased. And also live music is a great option. Pathways are vital for encouraging people to walk and bike. The proposed pathway network works to both connect amenities within the site, for example, the library to the rec center, but also for leisurely walks. Notice how pathways are intentionally shaped to the hilly topography to ensure that all ramp paths are ADA accessible. And of course, seating and lighting and new trees are placed along the path to provide a sense of safety and also encourage people to stay a while, enjoy nature, and even socialize with neighbors. One unique landscaping element we'd like to propose is a rain garden. These are positioned at low-lying floodable areas and serve the dual purpose of managing stormwater, but also providing beautification. For Dempsey Park, the infield area would be the ideal location, and this would be, of course, if the community, agrees to relocate the baseball field. Notice how the raised wooden boardwalks let people enjoy this space even when the area is flooded. So we understand that this open field section of the park is underutilized, and it could be improved by making the space adaptable for multiple activities. And one of these could be a mini soccer field, which could actually sit on the baseball outfield, allowing for both sports to coexist. Mini soccer fields are popular for pickup games at a neighborhood scale, and we believe that this sport would appeal to the Latin American immigrants living in the neighborhood. Well-designed entrances serve to welcome walkers and bikers into the space. This at minimum requires properly sloped curbs, but can also be enhanced with other elements such as seating, lighting, and signage, as shown in this image. And this image also shows how a bike path could connect from the street directly into the park. So housing is a great neighbor to parks and community spaces because it ensures more regular use of the area. For example, you get up, take your dog out, or go for a morning jog. More people are using the space. And here we propose neighborhood scale apartments on private land adjacent to the park. By having balconies face the park's open field, you get more eyes out onto the park space, and this could greatly increase the sense of safety. Also, we thought through when breaking ground for construction, it makes sense to build a slope pathway with an entrance out onto the Price Avenue Business District. This could provide direct access for residents, but also for the public and benefit everyone. So this image shows how it all comes together, with room for soccer, a rain garden, and open space for programming, all connected by pathways with lighting and seating. So how do we get here? First, you have to think about what happens when. It's usually best to start off with what we call phase 0 pop-up events. They work to invite the community together, build excitement, and attract investment for future projects. As you can see from the chart, certain projects work along different time frames, and it's up to you all, the community, to choose what works best and when everything happens. Events and programming are great ways to activate a space. What's great is that they can occur right now, before the physical improvements happen, and they can also happen, after these amenities have been established. So many of the events you see here, such as a movie night, yoga, or the pop-up dog park, would work great at the underused baseball field section of the park. By testing different ideas out, this could encourage people to use the space in new and creative ways, which we like to see. And finally, to get this done, collaboration is key. We have identified all of the partners that would need to pitch in, and we describe their roles in detail in the report. So just going through some of these, obviously Price Hill Will is a key leader in the community and would play a vital role in this project. KB Properties is a local developer who has worked in the Incline District, and they own the land where we propose our development. So we actually went through and calculated the pro forma, and it is feasible that they could provide that pathway entrance within their upfront budget and still make a return. So obviously the CRC and Cincinnati Parks would play a vital role in any physical changes to the site. For event programming, we wanted to celebrate the work of Price Hill Arts Connection and Artworks, which are both active in arts programming in the neighborhood, and we'd want to invite them in to bring arts and music events to the site. And then finally, it's all about funding. Cincinnati Parks Foundation has significant funds for large-scale park improvements. P&G has community development grants, which could work. ArtsWave helps fund art projects, which we could do on site. And finally, FC Cincinnati has money for communities and is looking to build soccer facilities in the neighborhood. And this could work perfectly for our mini soccer field idea. So thank you all for listening. We appreciate your time and attention. We'd like to now invite you to read through a report which offers you a how-to guide for all these ideas can be turned into action. So now it's your turn to dream big and make it happen.